Hello, Mr. Ahmed. My name is Brahim Busaro, ID number 244 30 69 23. And this will be a presentation for the midterm project. And so to start, I have initiated the VirtualBox and I've installed both the Kali Linux machine and the Metasploitable 2 machine, okay? And I've already set them running to save time. And so this is the Kali Linux and this is the Metasploitable 2. And I've made sure to make them run on the same network so that they can share the same network, okay? So the first thing that we can do is search for the devices that are connected on the same network. So in this Kali Linux terminal, what we can do is nmap sm, and this is the address, the subnet, the network range, and it will tell us all the devices that are connected to it. And so here there are multiple devices connected. One of them here, there's two that are under the Autocall VirtualBox. Okay, this one, if you look IPA, so 192.168.56.101. This is the Kali Linux machine, which is right here. Okay, the second one, 192.168.56.102. This is most probably the Metasploitable 2 IP address. Okay, and there's a way to make sure, okay, to identify it. So one way to identify it is to use the NBT scan, and we type in the IP address of the second one, of this second instance of the VirtualBox. So it's 192.168.56.102, and here we have identified it's Metasploitable and it's running the NetBIOS. Okay, and so we have this IP address identified. Now let's see if it's running or not. So we can use ping to see if it's running or not, and we can see that it's responding and it's running. So this is very great. So next, what we can do is try to scan for all the open ports under the IP address of the Metasploitable. So nmap sv version line to keep it fast, and this is the IP address of the Metasploitable machine, and this will help us analyze and see all the open ports for us to be able to penetrate and exploit. Okay, it's done. So here it lists all the ports, and we can see there's many ports that are open. What we're going to do is we will try to exploit 2 ports. We will try to hack and exploit and penetrate 2 ports. Okay, well, we can start with port 5900, which is open, and it's running VNC, which stands for Virtual Network Computing, which is a system that is used to control the remote control another computer's desktop over a network. Okay, so it's using the VNC protocol version 3.3, which is an old version, a vulnerable version, and we can use that to our advantage to make the exploitation. Okay, and to do that, we have to run the MSF console, which is the Metasploitable framework that is used to run penetrations and exploits and so on. So it's running, and so to begin on this journey of exploiting the port 5900, which is running VNC, there's a great module called VNC login that will help us crack the login credentials of the VNC. So to do that, we are going to have to search for it. So search VNC. It's called VNC login. And we found an instance. So it's under auxiliary scanner VNC login. I'm going to use it. So use 0. And next, we're going to have to show options to show all the parameters that are set. And so there are parameters that are set here, and there are 2 very important parameters that are yet to be set. One is the rhost, okay, which will be the IP address of the Metasploitable 2, and the username. Okay, it's blank. So we're gonna have to set that. So set our host, and that will be 192.168.56.102. We're going to have to set the username, which we're going to set it to root. Okay. And then we're going to run it. Okay. That was quick. It's done. And as we can see here, the login is successful. And it's password. So the password is password. And so that was very successful. So we're going to test that. So we're going to exit the MSF console. And now we're going to use the VNC, okay? So there's a VNC viewer, 192.168.56.102. This is the IP address of the Metasploitable machine. And now it's asking for the password. Earlier here, it says we cracked the password, and it's password. So we're going to type that. And it's successful. We are inside the Metasploitable machine, and we can test that by running who am I. 1 second. Who am I? And as we can see, it's root. That was a successful penetration, okay, into the Metasploitable 2 machine. Okay, we can exit now, and what we can do now is try to exploit another port in the Metasploitable machine, okay? So we're gonna have to scan the IP address of the Metasploitable once again, and map SV, and this would list all the ports once again. Any moment now. Okay, so we have hacked port 5900. Next, we're going to try to exploit port 21. Okay, and so the port 21 is running FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. And as the name implies, it's a protocol or system that is used to transfer files between computers over a network. Okay, and it's running the version VSFTPD 2.3.4, which is an old vulnerable version that has a backdoor. We can use that to our advantage to access it, okay, to access the target machine, the Metasploitable machine. And so what we can do now is run the MSF console once again to run the exploitation. And so we're going to have to search for this because they have something set in accordance to the FTP. And we found an instance here. We're going to use it. And so now we're going to have to we're going to need a payload. Okay, so we're going to have to show payloads. And there are a lot of payloads here. And one great payload that we can use is called, so set payload. So it's under payload. If I remember correctly, it's under payload, CMD, Unix, reverse. Okay. Okay. Another thing we can do, okay, so if we do show options, we're going to have to set certain parameters. Okay, so we can set the R host to be the IP address of the Metasploitable 192.168.56.102, and we want to have to set the L host, which is our current machine, which is the 192.168.56.101. Okay, and then we're going to have to run the exploit by typing the command exploit. And the exploitation is running and it's successful. So command shell session 1 is open, and we should be inside the Metasploitable machine. Okay, let's see. So we can do ls. And so let's see where we are here. So we are under a file called vulnerable. So I believe it's in home. Okay. Sorry, one second. Let's clear this. Okay. It's in MSF admin. So as you can see here, vulnerable, same as in the Metasploitable machine. So we can enter inside vulnerable. Fold. Okay, so there's a couple files, MySQL, Samba, etc. Let's enter likewise in the Metasploitable machine, and we see the same files. Let's try to create a file. Make directory. Let's name it Brahim under my name. Okay, so we see Brahim, MySQL, Samba, etc. And so let's try to list the files and the directories. And as you can see, Brahim is here, the directory Brahim, MySQL, etc. So this was a very successful penetration. So as a summary, we used multiple tools in the Linux machine, in the Kali Linux machine, and we tried to exploit two ports, mainly port 5900 and port 21, and they were successful. We can exit. We can exit also from the MSF console, and this is the Kali terminal. And this marks the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.